hardware condition 4.
Everything I needed, Sam. A complete chiral network. Spread all across America. Connecting all them precious little knots. I got the whole world in the palm of my hand.
I guess at this point it's important to once again say that the guy that is the good guy still is wearing a skull mask.
Extinctions each caused by an extinction entity. And now it's time for number 6.
Now, I'm not talking about the death of a few dozen species, no. This
This is the granddaddy of them all. BT antimatter voiding out all life as we know it. And it wouldn't be possible without a Boy Scout like you, willing to make us whole again.
what do you say? Come on!
Time to meet your ender. Homily?
Sam. The great work is nearly complete. Every knot is joined. Soon, I will merge them and all mankind's beaches into a single shore. And then will come an extinction like no other.
Here's what I don't like about this. His personality is triggered by the mask. The game didn't give me any hints toward the mask. The game gave me hints to her being the extinction entity. It gave me a straight up explanation that was flawed, but it is good enough. And Hicks was basically working for her. But that her personality first was this still supportive kind and that wanted to be saved by us, but now is changed into the world ender by this mask. This is world breaking. The debate that is now happening in my head is the debate similar to that with the master key that we just brought from one point A to point B. And I'm going to repeat what I said to that. It's something I look past because I see it as a game mechanic. You know, it's like those anti-meta bombs. The game wanted me to be extra careful in this mission and not just rapidly browse through and get to the end. You know, you often saw me like using my speed suit to my advantage and just not even fight, just browse through the game, running away from my problems, but giving me something like an anti-meta bomb or this master key to take care of really limits my ability to just run, in quotation marks. And so I knew that was what the game was going for. It was just level design. But here, this is something different. This is something like I said, all the mechanics got taught to me throughout the game, how I was supposed to use it. Even the gun came in clutch towards the end, when all of my other equipment was broken. I suddenly fell completely in love with the bowler gun because it combined with the shift, that I was able to cut the umbilical cords again, and so it became close to the most powerful weapon in my arsenal instantly, based on every experience I had before. And I think in that short moment I could also really show why, because BTs were just showing up, and I instantly bound them with the bowler gun and makes them vulnerable to then later on, when I finally understood it, to cut their umbilical cords. So unless I don't fight against dogs or boss mobs, the bowler gun was basically the best weapon in the game. It would stun bind an enemy for 30 seconds to a minute, right? And no matter how many enemies you throw at me, I can always just wrap them up and cut them down. Where the other weapons have a burst, but that burst often comes with a long cooldown, and that cooldown is strongly anxiety inducing, as where the bowler has a good fire rate and you just feel safe with it, or I feel safe with it. Now to reel it back in, this mask is a defining characteristic of Higgs, our main terrorist. It was something I only saw as a cringe cool element of him, because it's like I said before, Higgs is like this cringe gaming lord, this shit lord. Like, you meet hundreds of them and they're all talking shit, and they are bad at video games. You know, they are all Dunning-Kruger possessed, we can never fail, but fail at every corner they do kind of dudes. And he is actually the one dude in a million who actually can do stuff. And through that shit talk, he becomes this amazing pro gamer who that shit talks. You know? And that makes him cool. And of course, his design, his clothing, and stuff he carries with him around is, you know, defining this character even more with this cringe skull mask. But now we had a game changer. We had a massive game changer. He is able to either mind control or change personalities based on this mask. Why is this a problem? No other item, person, or entity in this game before was able to mind control or influence people in the slightest. The closest game what this game had was the baby BB from the baby BT from Mother, because when it cried, Mother took it into its arm and calmed it down. That was what the closest thing this game had to mind manipulation. This is basically like time travel. Every modern story, for some reason, has to have time travel. But time travel is an extremely delicate tool, where if you throw it into its story, it will completely break everything. Like, why isn't Higgs teleporting into the main center and just mind control everyone? Yeah. Like, I can already see the reveal that Higgs is being manipulated by this mask. Like, that maybe even he fell in love with this artifact of sorts, that he has been influenced so long that he actually wants to do what the mask wants to do. and stuff. And I find that to be incredibly cheap because there was nothing else in this game that was hinting at this.